Welcome back. From the pandemic to divisive politics, you may be feeling angry these days, but you're not alone. Anger is a powerful emotion that can be motivating, but can also be destructive and harmful to ourselves and others. Well, we saw that with the Capitol siege, and often the underlying emotion behind anger is fear. So how can we get a hold of our anger before it gets out of control? Joining me live from Sacramento is Dr. Alice Fong with several ways to manage our anger in a healthier way. Good morning, Alice. This is some helpful reminders and tips we all could use this morning.
Yes, thank you for having me, Melissa. It's great to be here.
Absolutely. So tell me about the feel it, process it, and then let it go. Tell us how that works.
Yeah, so anger, it's an emotion that everyone has experienced in their life. For some, it was yesterday. For others, it was 4 years ago. And it's a normal emotion to have. But what's important is to look at how do we deal with anger and how do we process it? Because it can actually, if you're constantly angry, it can lead to a lot of negative health impacts like high blood pressure, depression, lowered immune function, digestive issues, headaches, inflammation. And it can destroy relationships and cause harm to ourselves and to others. So first, let's start with feeling the emotion. It's okay to feel the emotion and to process it, but then to let it go, let it pass through us. And I know that's easier said than done, but one tip that might be helpful is to ask yourself this question: what's more important to me? To hold on to the anger and stay upset and let it ruin my day, my week, or my year, or to let it go so I can go back to enjoying my life. The other thing I want to emphasize is that it's important to understand that it's okay to express your anger, but to be mindful of how you express your anger, because yelling and screaming at someone is going to trigger their anger emotional response, and they might yell and scream back, they might get defensive, and that escalates the situation. And nobody ends up getting what they want.
No, it's just
another tip I might suggest is, what was that?
I just said that would make it worse, right? Like if you just continue to yell. So yeah, another way would be to just take a breath, take a moment, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, take a moment for yourself to go for a walk or take a breath, because in the heat of the moment, you might say something you might regret that you will not be able to take back. So Melissa, if you're open to it, we can take a breath here together. And what I want you to imagine breathing in this bright healing light as you breathe in, and then as you exhale, like this dark red cloud of anger just escaping your body. You can breathe in this bright healing light, and then exhale this dark red cloud of anger, like it's leaving you. That might help you feel some relief.
That just makes you feel better right as you do it. It's immediate. I love that.
Exactly.
Well, Alice, why do you think it's important to try and understand the other person's perspective in this?
Yes, it's important because you might realize that the other person might not be intentionally trying to hurt or upset you. They might just have been caught up in their own life, and they were not understanding the impact their actions had on you. So ask questions, try to understand why they did what they did. And even if they were intentionally trying to hurt or upset you, you have to get that and ask yourself the question, is it worth getting angry over?
And you know what, if you feel like you're not always getting angry, but these are helpful reminders we all could use, because again, we all find ourselves in these situations from time to time. So Alice, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. Absolutely. And for people who are dealing with a lot of stress and anger, I do offer a free guide to anyone who might need it if you text yes to 66866.
Very helpful. Thanks for adding that in there. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Krista, I'm going to throw it over to you.
Oh, some great advice there, and hopefully the sunshine today will also help kind of just brighten up your day, bring some